Can I switch lenders, Angelo? I cannot get a hold of my loan officer. Can I come over to you guys at Leverage?
Yes. Well, I'm glad that you called. And yes, you can come over here. I do have a couple questions there for you. Have you done the appraisal yet for the property?
No, we have not done that yet.
Okay, well, that's good because sometimes we can't use that appraisal. Now, when are you scheduled to close?
I believe it's like in 25 days.
Well, if you have 25 days, we definitely have time to go ahead and get everything over to us so we can go ahead and get this thing closed for you. So just so you understand, the loan process itself is pretty easy. We can get you actually approved, fully approved, in probably no more than 7 to 10 days. But we do have to wait on the appraisal, the title work, any inspections that you guys have, and we do have to fit it in the timeline for the due diligence period. So if for some reason you need to pull the plug, we can do that without you risking to lose any more money. Listen, I understand this is probably not the best time for this to happen for you, but this scenario happens a lot more than you think it does. So I need you to just kind of understand that there is a process that we have to go through, and I can get you there without any problems whatsoever. So you haven't ordered the appraisal yet, and you haven't really kind of started the loan process because you can't get a hold of your loan officer. I hear that time and time again. And a lot of times there's, bait and switch when it comes to the rates and terms and things like that. So don't worry about it. We got you. As you can see, you called me because I have over 400 reviews, and there's a reason for that. So me and my team are going to take you from start to finish here with no problem whatsoever. So I'm going to send you a link to complete an online application. I need you to trust me. So I need you to get me all the documentation, hopefully within the next 24 to 48 hours, so we can start this process. I can get your income calcs, I can get your loan documents over to you, and just understand they're non-contractual, they're non-legal, they're non-binding. They just allow us to get the process started. Once we get the process started, Abby is on my team. She's going to go ahead and send you a link to order the appraisal. We'll get that appraisal knocked out anywhere from 7 to 14 days, depending on timelines and where the property is. We'll get that appraisal knocked out. I'm going to package up all of the loan documentation. I'm going to get it into underwriting. So I want to have a hard approval for you before your due diligence period. And the reason I want that is because if for some reason you need to go ahead and pull the plug because maybe the foundation is cracked, or there's something up with the inspection that you don't like, or the appraisal doesn't come in for value, and you maybe need to rethink, the comp situation for this. I need that done before the due diligence ends. So if you need to pull the plug, you're not wasting any more money on earnest money, okay? Because once that due diligence period passes, that's it. You're done. That earnest money is gone as well. So I need you to understand. So if I'm asking you for something, just get it to me in a timely fashion so we can get this thing moving.
Angelo, I have a question. What if the inspector finds a crack in the foundation?
Well, it does happen often. And once again, you don't need to freak out or anything like that, but we do need to put the brakes on it, okay? Because once again, we need time to get that looked at. Now, engineers, they're hard to come by and they're very busy. So contact your buyer's agent, and we can contact them together if you'd like. Contact them and say, hey, let's go ahead and push this due diligence period back until we can get an engineer out here so he can take a look at this and say, hey, it's no big deal, or hey man, this is a pretty big deal, and maybe you should rethink purchasing this home because of foundation issues. So we need time. Time is of the essence here. Now that will go ahead and give you, buy you some time for some breathing room. I know, since you kind of maybe got this thing, whipped together because you had to switch lenders.
Now, what if the appraisal comes in a little bit light?
So there's a couple different options we can work with when it comes to the appraisal coming in light. Now, some options you may not want to hear, but I'm just going to go ahead and rip that Band-Aid off. So one of three things. One is we can do what's called an ROV, a reconsideration of value. We're going to go ahead and get with the listing agent. We'll get with your buyer's agent. We'll see if there's any additional comparable sales that the appraiser, if for some reason he missed and didn't use in his opinion of value, because an appraisal is that appraiser's opinion of value. And, your opinion of him may not be very high if he doesn't get the appraisal right, but he's just going off of his opinions. But if it's bad appraisal, we should be able to do an ROV. We send that into the appraisal management company. They usually review it within 24, 48 hours, maybe sometimes even longer, and they'll get back with us and they'll either say, pound sand, we're going to stick with our value, or they're going to say, we're going to send another appraiser out there, or they will adjust the value. Now, if that doesn't work, then we can ask the seller to lower the sales price, because let's be honest, if that appraisal is good and the appraisal doesn't come in at that value, well, guess what? If they don't take your offer and they get another appraiser out there to do an appraisal, well, you already know that's not going to come in at value. So he can risk losing this deal and you walking away and not giving that, or he can adjust his value. Or if it's a super, attractive property where he is like, I'm not going to drop my price, then you're going to need to rip that Band-Aid off and pay additional out of pocket, because we can only finance the appraised value, the sales price, the lesser of the two. So you'd have to, if it was 10 grand short, you'd have to come out of the pocket that 10 grand, just cold hard cash.
Team, if you got something valuable here, make sure you leave a like. This was a good, informative video. So we will actually see you in the next one. We'll be doing plenty of these. So make sure you leave a like. If you need a mortgage professional, you have Angelo here. Click the pin link in the comment section down below. Bye.